Good evening, it's Kuro. Got a ranked game in my Shinonome, going over the matchmaking, have an enemy Vesser, Baron, Fuso, Leander. I can't even begin to pronounce that, but one of the new cruisers, Makarov and Gaeta. The map is New Dawn, 3-cap domination, and we're going to kick this one off. The lesson this game is sometimes the gamble of unconventional positioning and just getting out there where the enemy doesn't really expect you to be can really pay some big dividends. So this game starts off fairly conventionally. My team's going to be pushing towards A-cap, and I've already pretty much made the decision I'm going to push up to A-cap and at least see what I can do there. Along the way, I'm going to throw some Make-A-Wish torpedoes back in over here. Maybe catch the DD or somebody if they're just trying to be cheeky and push right into B-cap right out of the get-go. You never know. Sometimes you get lucky, but usually it's a low probability shot. I'm just not anticipating anything better to do with my torpedoes. Shinonome does have short-range 8-kilometer torps. They, however, are pretty fast, and that definitely will come into play as this game progresses. So getting ready, just lining up my torpedo launch. Just want to get a little bit more angle behind this island. Launch a fairly wide spread out there, and now I'm just going to duck in here. Now I don't want to sit behind this island. I actually want to get out here and spot anything pushing up here. You see a couple cruisers pushing this way. Basically, I want to get out here and spot all of this. If it's shooting, I want to be able to spot it for my team. I know that the enemy DD is headed to C-cap, so that opens up really a lot of how I can approach this situation. I almost get detected here. I do have a smoke available, but that's something you should be more mindful of. I should have been kiting a little more back. I was playing that pretty aggressive and almost got caught a little bit. Would have been relatively easy to disengage out of that, but it would have cost me some HP. Now here I'm just watching the enemy CV. He's the only guy really doing anything, and here's where I start to go a little wonky. You normally wouldn't expect to see a DD cross over the middle of the cap, particularly this early in the game. Now this ship is fairly sneaky from the air. He's practically going to have to fly right over the top of me to catch me, and I'm just getting out here, and this is where I'm starting to get away from my team. I'm getting the spotting that I want in. I'm spotting, you know, even the ships down here, the Leander. But I see that all of these are really low probability torpedo shots. These guys are just, they're looking like they just want to kite out, and you know, that's not really what I'm looking for my torps. I'm just gonna throw some Make-A-Wish torpedoes just in case if this cruiser's speed juking, he may back into a torpedo or something like that. That's all those torpedoes are for. I'm not really expecting much out of them, and making the decision, do I want to stay here and keep spotting? End up deciding, you know what, nah, I'm just gonna go step on the cap and start being productive elsewhere, because I know we're gonna lose this battleship. This battleship's gotten really aggressive, and he's paying for the price, and that's gonna make this game a lot harder for my team. One of our cruisers has stepped onto B-cap. I'm gonna help him flip it. And again, just really going to be aggressive here. I've got a cruiser right on top of me, so if I bump into the Gaeta, Shinonome just dumpsters that destroyer anyway. So I really would prefer to run into the Gaeta. I outspot him. I've got more gun DPM than him, and he's already lost quite a bit of HP, so that would be a really positive fight for me to pick. So I'm just being really aggressive, pushing across here, and I'm gonna start to get into a really unusual position. I see this Fuso, he's out here all by his lonesome. You can see the Gaede is out there. The enemy CV doesn't really have any reason to be flying around out here, and this is what I'm going to exploit. I'm just gonna slip up here, and I'm gonna see if I can get some torpedoes off on this Fuso and try to even things up for my team. Ideally, was looking to see maybe I can sneak some torps through there, but just not really happy there with that spacing. I'm making the investment to get out here to get a good torpedo spread. Let's wait, you know, an extra 20-30 seconds to come around the islands and really get a nasty drop off. And I mean, sub 7 kilometers. I think I'm going to launch this somewhere around 6.5, 6.7. And I mean, you can see how fast those torpedoes are. The Shinonome's got pretty fast torpedoes as it is, and I've got torpedo acceleration on them. They're just, these are nasty, and they hit pretty hard. Torpedoes are out. I'm just gonna kite out, and I mean, that's a pretty textbook torpedo drop. That would kill much bigger ships than that Fuso. So at this point, just circling back around, just trying to get some spotting in. Unfortunately, we've lost a cruiser. So just trying to get my team to focus this Leander. This Leander is kind of going to be a pain in my butt as this game progresses. The team doesn't really shoot him, which kind of baffles me because Leanders are really squishy. And without anybody really to draw fire on this guy, I can't really get where I want, and the Baron is really what I'm looking for. And I know this is just sketchy torpedo drop, but with that Leander so close by, I'm only, you know, within a couple kilometers of getting spotted from him. So just playing it safe. He's got to know that I'm here because he's spotted. So just trying to play it safe. Don't want to get into a 1v1 with the Leander if my team's not really going to help me out. But since the Leander is circling around behind the island, I'm coming back to take another crack at this bear, and I see that these torpedoes are going to miss. I do have a fairly quick torpedo reload on my Shinonome's build. As usual, the link that I use, or the build that I used, will be in the video description. So coming in here, gonna get a real nice torpedo drop off. I am a little bit too close. I see this Leander circling around, and I'm not gonna mess with it. I'm just gonna smoke up. That way, you can see this Baron is focused this way. He's not gonna see this giant smoke cloud behind him. So, just taking the opportunity here, laying out some torps. I think, and my plan was with that second launch, was this Baron was probably going to take some damage. He's going to turn into angle to my team, and that's why that other torpedo was angled so far ahead. Here, just trying to get some scratch damage on this Gaeta, see what I can do to work him down even more. Looks like my torpedoes are good. Bag the enemy Baron. Now this Leander, he's been kind of sniffing around. This tells me he doesn't have hydro. He's not rushing my smoke. And I am loading AP here. I was seeing if I could catch this guy broadside, but he's already turning away. So since he's turning away, I'm just going to derp this AP into a superstructure. He's turning out. Just taking another crack, see if I can get lucky. But just a couple pins. So there's probably torpedoes coming through this area, so I just want to stay angled to that. Okay, so I don't see torpedoes, so I'm just going to turn around and get kited into a kiting position. I want to see where this Leander's at. We're down to a 3v2, so I need to do something because my Normandy's healthy right now. He's not going to be. He's going to have 2 cruisers and the CV farming him. So I want to do what I can to help this guy out. And I mean, the difficult thing is my gun range is only 9 kilometers, so it's not like I can really just 1v1, you know, open water gunboat the Leander. The other cruisers on the other side of the map, and it's kind of doubtful that I'm going to be able to shoot up the CV. So my next best play is, you know what? I don't want these 2 guys rushing my Normandy. I'm just going to step on CCAP and see if I can pull some of these guys back. The Leander doesn't have the longest gun range. I do spot the enemy Wesser. That gives me some critical information about what's going on with him. You can see my Normandy's already taken a lot of damage. This isn't looking good right now. Now this cruiser isn't the healthiest, and my Normandy's fairly close. I'm thinking that he might be able to put him down shortly, but at what cost? So you can see I'm getting detected here, and I'm just trying to juke this Leander. You can see the Leander, he's already turning around, and all I'm really doing here is just trying to pull focus. If this CV is trying to tort my smoke and, you know, do other things, this is going to be less pressure on my Normandy. So yeah, I stepped out of the cap right there. You know, it's one of those things. I'm dodging a torpedo, and I was hoping to dodge that shot, but unfortunately just kind of turned right into it. I was expecting the shot to land a little more short, expecting that I would stay in the cap, but it is what it is. Spotting the Leander here. This Normandy's put down the enemy cruisers, so just, you know, trying to get some spotting in. Now that I know I've got some help, I'm going to go ahead and pick this fight with the Leander. It is a Royal Navy light cruiser, so pretty much the only thing I have to worry about is the AP, so I'm just going to focus on staying angled and narrow to give the AP as much possibility of bouncing as possible. I know that the Leander is going to push in here with Hydro, but he's not very healthy right now, and I've got a lot of HP, and there we go. So with that, we've pretty much turned this one around. I'm going to circle around, see if I can't catch this CV, try to get some extra damage done. In hindsight, I probably should have capped that. I was being greedy here, seeing if me and this battleship could bag a CV, but that's not in the cards. Points are going to go ahead and tick down, and that will be the game shortly. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this game. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. Hope you guys are having a good night, and I will talk to you later. Yeah, I'm really being greedy here, not even caring what the torpedoes are doing. The scoreboard's such a tease.